8:30 p.m. You know what time it is. Time for, wait for it, Melizza Live! Yay! If this is your first time watching Melizza Live, or I don't know, you have no idea what this is, it's basically just a place we can come, hang out, chat, do things together, talk about things. Tonight, I want to talk about my springtime bucket list, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. I do want to preface, if you are watching this live and you hear weird licking sounds, Zoe is to my right eating one of those, like the rubber tires that you put like dog treats in. That is currently occupying Zoe, and hopefully she stays Chihuahua calm for at least the stream. But hi, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Whoa. My bad. That was on me. My hotkeys are doing weird things tonight, so it's going to be a fun time. But I want to start, well, actually, I was going to start by being like, sorry, I'm not wearing any makeup. But first of all, why am I apologizing? Second of all, why do I even feel like that has to be addressed? I'm just saying, like, I feel like lots of girls or people who wear makeup when they're not wearing makeup and they show themselves on camera or on the internet, they're very quick to be like, oh, I'm not wearing makeup, like, sorry, like, this is not what I really look like. But it is, and you should be so happy and proud of that. So I just wanted to point that out because that was something that I thought about right before this live. I was like, oh, I'm not wearing makeup, but why would I let that stop me from connecting with you? I'm so excited. Okay, let's get into it because I cannot wait to talk about the things that I want to talk about tonight. The thing being Quinta Brunson. She is one of the people that I fangirl over constantly and endlessly. I remember vividly seeing her He Got Money meme for the first time and quoting it far too much for every day after that. And then I remember BuzzFeed, when BuzzFeed was blowing up, and seeing Quinta just being there was so... I didn't understand at the time why that was so important to me, but I know now, obviously, it's because she's a Black woman who made a career out of content on the internet. And before I even knew I wanted to be a content creator, I found that so fascinating, and I didn't realize that I looked up to her as a role model when I did, but I totally was, and she is definitely one of my just life inspirations now. Literally, she did a video with Elle. It was a Waking Up with Elle video, in which she talked about the bread hair oil. This hair oil. And now I use it all the time. It's literally like Regina George in Mean Girls. Like, I heard Regina George. I don't even remember the quote right this second. But I heard Quinta Brunson use the bread hair oil, and now I use the bread hair oil. Plus, it's a glass package, so it feels luxurious, and it smells really, really sweet. How would I describe this? Like a fruit. I don't know what fruit. It's kind of giving tropical. I love it. And I put it on my hair not every day, but most days. Anyways, my point in bringing up Quinta is that I read her book, She Memes Well, for the second time. The second time, I just finished it recently. And one of my favorite things about this book is, A, it's a book of essays. I love a book of essays. It's just easy to read one a day, and soon you get through the book. But of her essays, she does something called Quinta's Classics, and it's basically a list of things, of pop culture things that have influenced her just, throughout her life so far. And like, her classics include Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder, Don't Stop Me Now by Queen, Jurassic Park's Even Stevens, The Office, Mario Kart, and Mario Party. So it's just a whole slew of things that have impacted Quinta, and I loved reading them, and I kind of want to list all of them out and either read or play or listen to the things that she has listed in her Quinta's Classics. Literally, this is her, not my Lego flowers, this is her Jurassic Park little excerpt. I'll just read a little bit of it to you. It literally says, Jurassic Park is the first movie I remember watching. I was 4 years old and immediately became obsessed with it, thanks to the fact that my brother, I think it's pronounced Quay, we're going to go with Quay, was obsessed with it. He was the last sibling still living in the house full time. She's the youngest. I know this because I've read this book twice now. And so, like most kid sisters, I trailed Quay around, absorbing everything that he did and said. His interest became my interest, and so I became the little girl who got into wrestling, video games, and most of all, dinosaurs. He read books about them, watched shows. We even had Jack and Jill bedrooms with dinosaurs all over the walls, like some sort of prehistoric shrine. Growing up with all this exposure created a deep reverence of dinosaurs within me, and I was probably the only kid in my class that knew the Troodon was the smartest dinosaur. She goes on to say, through the perfectly woven plot line of Jurassic Park, I learned that just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. Just because you can create dinosaurs doesn't mean you should create dinosaurs. This is a very powerful lesson to learn as a child, and because the movie does such a good job setting it up, you don't feel like Spielberg is shoving his morals down your throat, which is not an easy thing to pull off. So thank you, Steven, for teaching me to take responsibility for my actions and the power that comes from making the correct or incorrect decisions. I promise not to let you down when I eventually make my blockbuster hit. And she doesn't have a blockbuster hit, but she does have an Emmy Award-winning show, Abbott Elementary, which I've also binged multiple times. I got that book on my phone. You haven't finished it, though. I stand this book. Like this, if I had to list out maybe my top 10 books, fiction or nonfiction, I just feel like I would want to put this on here. I just like what she has to say, and she's an internet meme. Like, she is a meme, and I just think that is so iconic. So you should finish it. Morgan, welcome back to Wednesday night. I'm so happy you're here. I just talked about dinosaurs and how Quinta Brunson loves them, and I know you love them too. But yes, I bring up Quinta's classics because I thought it would be fun if I gave you a list of Melizza classics. One second, Zoe is here. Say hi, Zoe. Oh, okay. Yay. Can you calm down so we can go through classics? Sit down. Oh, no, not on the table. Not on the table. Yay. Okay, let's get into it. I made a whole little slideshow. I think you guys would be really, really proud of me. Let me know if Zoe is messing with my mic. I can't tell. Yay, let's get into it. Melizza's classics. So this is just a similar list of pop culture things in my life so far. Just the first things that I thought of on this list and how they have impacted me. I cannot wait to talk about some of these things, you guys. I might be kind of annoying, so buckle up. First things first. Hannah Montana's closet. This one is just self-explanatory. Look behind me. I'm the kind of person that needs her things on display, or I kind of forget that they exist. So this is 100% my style of decorating, I guess. I want my closet to look and feel like a store, just like Hannah Montana's. And I know, before you say anything, I know Hannah Montana's closet is based on Cher's closet from Clueless, and that's cool and that's great, but Hannah Montana's is the 2.0. It's amazing. Look at this. She has all of the displays. Like I said, she has couches in here. Couches in her closet and a bench. Now that I'm looking at this closet is just an entire addition to their Malibu house. Obviously, the iconic revolving, clothes hangers. And I do want one of those. And you will know. I won't tell you I won the lottery, but there will be signs. This is what my closet will look like. Can we just also note this outfit, this dream outfit with the peplum skirt? I would wear this today. Peplums are 100% coming back. If you haven't seen them yet, I guarantee you will. Oh my gosh. Another one. I think I put 4 photos of Hannah Montana's closet in here because I'm that obsessed. Wouldn't you just want to hang out in here? Is this? I know it's a set. So this must be season 2. I think that, or is that season 3 when she has long hair? And maybe this is season 1. I vividly remember Lily busting through those doors one day. This is my next thing. And if you know, you know. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time explaining No Hands by Waka Flocka Flame and Roscoe Dash. Okay, I remember the exact moment I heard this song for the first time. Let me paint you this picture. Middle school Melizza was on her cheer team, and they practiced every day after school. And one day before practice, we were roaming the halls in our cheer practice outfits, our little Sophie shorts, t-shirts, And one of the girls who was a grade older than me, her name was Destiny, spelled with 2 consecutive E's at the end. So cute. Hey, Destiny. You're probably not watching this, but I love you. She was like, have you guys heard this new song, No Hands? And we were all like, what do you mean? No, we haven't. And when that song began to play out of her like Motorola Razor, or it probably wasn't a Razor, but it was something similar. It was not an iPhone because those were not as prevalent as they are now. And to this day, I still feel that same amount of just giddy energy when this song starts. Girl, the way you moving, period. You know. If you know me in my life, I'm always waiting for this song to come on. And it always will because it's that good. So I'm going to move on before we talk about this song for 10 more minutes. NYX, liquid lipsticks in general, just like lip products nowadays. Because now they're making glosses that I really, really like. But the reason why I'm including this in a pop culture list is because of things like beauty TikTok and beauty YouTube. If you were on beauty YouTube in like 2015, 2014 even, just like OG beauty YouTube, before it was beauty talk on TikTok, it was beauty YouTube. And the NYX soft matte little lip creams everywhere because they were $5 and maybe they still are. Although in this economy, they're probably like $7 now. They were $5, so affordable. And they came in every color you could possibly think of. Plus there was a lip gloss version and they were so pigmented. And you guys, I have crusty, dusty lips. Like no matter what I do, my lips are crusty and dusty. And these, I remember, did not dry them out. They didn't make them like crunchy. You know what I mean? So I love them. And I just can't help myself. I feel like I've talked about this in a previous Copenhagen Still Eats, period. The fact that we know like all of these shades by name. I've never been to these places, but I know what color they are in soft matte lip cream. But yeah, even when I go into Ulta today, I can't help myself but walk down like the NYX aisle and see what they have. I bought all kinds of NYX products. I would say my favorite lip product right now by them is probably their fat oil. Although I think they just released the fat oil in like a stick lip gloss version, kind of like the Tarte Maracuja lip oils. It's like that with the clicky pen. Or is that ColourPop? Everyone is releasing a lip something nowadays. So these days, $90 NYX. No, for real. Why? We need to go back to the $5 products. Please, we're begging you. All right, next on my list. You knew there had to be Disney things on here. It would not make sense if there was not a single Disney pop culture something on this list. So I went with Show Yourself by Elsa. This is from Frozen 2. If the Disney adults are not in the chat. If the Disney adults are in the chat, you know why this song is on Melizza's Classics list. Because I cannot listen to it to this day. And I don't care how much of a Disney adult this makes me. I cannot listen to the song without wanting to sob my soul out. Like, why did they do that? This is a children's movie. But then again, that's how you know that Frozen 2 was not for children. It was for us. It was for the girls who fell in love with Frozen 5 years before, and they needed to age us up and give us all an existential crisis. Here for it, though. What else is on my list? Oh, I know. And this one, if you follow me on TikTok, probably especially, or Instagram, I don't even need to explain this one. The Little Mermaid live action movie, which is almost 1 year old. What? 1 year ago, we were celebrating Halle being the Little Mermaid. I was so excited for this movie to come out, like, for years. I think it was announced maybe 2 or 3 years before it was released that Halle was going to be Ariel. And I was excited then. My friend Courtney, she did Color Me Mermaid, hashtag Color Me Mermaid on Instagram, and she'd bring it up every year. She'd have like a month or a week, I can't really remember, of like content prompts, and you would like dress up as Ariel or however and just talk about the movie. And so for 3 years, this movie was top of mind. And then when the trailer released 2 years ago now at D23, sobbed my eyes out, was not expecting that. I feel like as I'm getting older, I'm just getting more in touch with my emotions and things make me cry a lot easier. Um, it's the breakdown. No, period. Oh my gosh, I love that. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But anyways, this movie, period. It's so good. I love that it's on Disney Plus now. And I'm here for her. I will always be here for her. Next, we have Halle is still undefeated. The vocals, period. And she's releasing music now, too. And every time I hear it, I just imagine Ariel singing it. I know that that makes absolutely no sense. Like, Halle and Ariel are one in my mind now. And every time I say Ariel, I'm talking about Black Ariel from here on out. Next on my list, this may be controversial for some of you, but Miss Ponytail herself, Ariana Grande, basically her whole discography. Let's just be real. I have stanned this woman since Honeymoon Avenue, and she and Disney are where my fangirl, and books, are where my fangirl, like, persona came about. I don't think I really loved an artist and, like, cared about them in their life until Ariana Grande hit my ears. And I still love her to this day. Special shout out to the Thank You Next era, because I don't want to, I guess, I'm hesitant to be like, this is my favorite album, because Eternal Sunshine just came out, and that album, I can't even start talking about it, or the rest of the stream will be about Ariana Grande, and nobody probably wants that. But Thank You Next era was, before Eternal Sunshine, my favorite album, and it really just brings me back to a very specific time in my life. One of the songs, I will tell you, one of the songs on that album did make me break up with my ex. You can guess which one. I may or may not confirm or deny this one. Do you guys know who this is? This is Zendaya, circa 2012 on Tumblr. There is so much I want to talk about in this photo. First, let's talk about the photo itself. The collaging of Instagram in this time was insane. We would all make little collages and post them in that square format on Instagram. I remember I would never post just like a selfie or something. It would be a collage, and it would, one side would be like my whole outfit, and I would either invert it on the other side, so it's like, I'll show you an example in a second. So it was two, or it was like a close-up or a selfie and then my outfit. This is why Instagram has carousel posts now. But the artisticness of Instagram back in these days with the collages, we need to bring her back. Let's be real, she's going to kill Glinda and Wicked. Ariana, yeah, she is. There is a little bit, let me tell you guys, there's a little bit of a latency thing with my live. So if I respond to your comments after, like, it's been a little bit, that is why. But I am seeing them, and I love that you are here in the chat. Before I keep talking about Zendaya, Wicked is going to be so good. I saw the musical for the first time last September. Like, I'd heard the songs, obviously, because I feel like they're very popular. But I saw the musical itself with my own eyes back in September. Loved it. And when I saw the trailer, the way, I don't know, I guess because the musical, like, on stage is kind of dark, like, visually dark. The trailer makes Oz look so whimsical. I just cannot wait to be taken to another world. Hi, Destiny. I had to double check your name spelling because I was like, there's no way Destiny with 2 consecutive E's at the end is in this chat. Hey, girl. Yes, the collages and the filters. Okay, back to Zendaya. Sorry for giving you a little bit of whiplash there, but let's move on and talk about this girl because she's queen. Like, look at this. This is so peak fashion. These pants. I'm sorry. I guarantee you, if she were to wear this today, maybe minus the Adidas shirt, I feel like the logo kind of ages this outfit and, like, really puts it in that 2010s era, especially Adidas. That was just so poppin' at the time. But if she just did, like, maybe literally a plain white crop, and these pants, those boots, and this watch, everyone would be wearing them. I put money on that because the pants trends nowadays are very weird. Have you guys seen the Free People? Like, they look basically like this. They're almost, I don't think they're called parachute pants. I can't really imagine what those look like in my mind right now, but they're denim, and they have this very similar shape, it's just proof that Zendaya is and was ahead of her time, and she always will be. The fact that this is the collage example that I'm talking about. The two outfit photos next to each other. The fact that hers is on a diagonal, iconic. And it's that we go from this, like this version of Zendaya. This is how I was introduced to her. This to this. Oh, this was New Girl, but it was supposed to be a picture of Zendaya on the red carpet. I don't know where it's at, but just think about her red carpet looks. What do I think of Zendaya's upcoming tennis movie? I am here for it. It feels like a very grown-up role, and I love that for her because this girl has been in high school like 7 times. Shake It Up. Euphoria, she's still in high school. Casey Undercover. I get that 2 of those are Disney shows, so that makes sense. But, sorry, Zoe is like getting into something. But I am really excited for Challengers because I think it'll be fun to see her. It does a little bit of a flashback, I believe. So we see her young and we see her in her, like, I don't know how old she's supposed to be in the movie, but she's giving adult in the movie with the bob. And I'll watch anything with Zendaya. I'm extremely biased. If she's in it, I am going to love it and I'm going to watch it. And I can't help myself from falling in love with whatever it is. Zendaya and La Roche on the red carpets. You want to hear my favorite part, like one of my favorite facts about their relationship? So if you don't know, La Roche is Zendaya's stylist, obviously, and he's been styling her since pretty much the beginning. And when she was first coming up, I'm assuming like Disney Channel days, right? When she was first coming on the fashion scene, one of their strategies was obviously sending her to as many events, as many red carpets as you can because she is a celebrity and she had to like build her brand, slay. But when she went to these red carpets, they didn't just like pull an outfit, style her, make her look pretty, and send her on her way. No. They found out who was also attending the event and who was going to be on the red carpet. And they found out what those people were wearing, okay? I don't know how they would pick like who was going to be the victim for the night, but they would pick someone and they would dress Zendaya in the same dress or the same look as this person, but she would eat it down like 10 times better. That way, whenever the magazines and the press would do the who wore it better like comparisons, Zendaya would win and would solidify herself as a fashion icon. The mind there is crazy. And now we eat her up. Like she could walk out in a t-shirt dress and nothing else and we'd be like, slay Zendaya, we love it. We love to see it. And then we'd all be wearing t-shirt dresses. That's just my favorite little Zendaya lore that I've learned, and I think about it a lot, actually. But moving on, actually, Zoe is, oh my gosh, BRB, Zoe is destroying my springtime decorations. Last week's live, I had this hanging like on my wall because it was the Easter show and Zoe is tearing it up. And the thing about Zoe is she loves fluff and like soft things, so she likes plushy toys and stuff like that, and I love giving them to her, but she eats them and starts coughing and it freaks me out as a dog mother. She's literally like right here just looking at me holding these pom-poms. You cannot have these. I'm sorry. they will make you sick. Jeez. Okay, back to Melizza's classics. Next on the list, I gave you a bit of a preview. New Girl. This is like my comfort sitcom, I would say. I kind of feel like the way that people feel about The Office, I feel about New Girl, because I've seen this show far, far, far too many times. I do believe that I'm somewhat of a Jessica Day variant, unfortunately. I love the crafts. I would love to have an extremely sticky glue that I could bind my own books with. Also, the character arc of Winston is probably one of my favorites. He gets so funny and just really chaotic, and I love characters like that. I love the comedic relief of characters like Winston, aka Prank Sinatra. And if you are looking for something to watch and you haven't seen it, give it a shot. I don't know. I love a 30-minute sitcom because you don't have to like commit an hour to it, and it can kind of be background noise if you need it to be. But this one, I just feel like if you start watching it, you will start to love the characters, you will start to love the story, and you will finish it. So let me know in the chat if you have watched New Girl and who your favorite character is. I have gone as far as listening to their like rewatch podcast. Zoe, I need you to calm down. It's okay. No, you can't have the pom-poms. You can't have the pom-poms. They're not puppy safe. But yeah, I've gone as far as listening to the rewatch podcast with the actress who plays Cece and the actor that plays Winston. I think his name is Laverne. I could be so wrong about that, so correct me. But here for it. Always will be here for it. It is one of those shows that feels very 2010s though, so prepare yourself. I bet there probably are definitely some jokes that are not funny today. You've been warned. But overall, I think the sentiment is good and warm and happy, so I'm going to add that to my recommendation. You love New Girl. Is it Mashley? I'm going to say Mashley, but if it's not, I'm really sorry, and you should correct me, because you should always correct people when they mispronounce your name. But let me know your favorite character. Next on Melizza's Classics. Whitney Houston's I Want to Dance with Somebody is objectively my favorite song of all time, I think. Like, this is the song. I know we just talked about No Hands. I know we did. But I don't know if I could objectively marry saying that my favorite song of all time is No Hands. It's probably my second favorite song. This is my first. Just the vibes. Wait, Lamorne. Oh, thank you for correcting me. Lamorne has his own podcast too, and I was just listening. Oh my gosh, wait, I should listen. Is it about New Girl, or is it about like his life or something else? I'm here for all of it, honestly. But Whitney Houston's I Want to Dance with Somebody, song-wise, pop gold, obviously. I feel like this is one of the most known songs of the world. I would put my life on that. You've heard this song. Everyone has heard this song at some point in their life. And for good reason. It's amazing. But also, this music video, this look is one of my favorites. I literally have the Funko Pop. I think I got this one. Where did I get this one? I might have ordered this one online. But look at her hair. My hair kind of matches the vibe now. These earrings, I feel like would be such a fun DIY. And maybe I should do that. Like a pair of Whitney DIY earrings. That could be a fun craft night. She's obviously wearing purple. Me too. We're putting the same. But just the looks, sorry, Zoe. The looks throughout this music video are so iconic. Like, if you haven't watched the music video or you haven't watched it in a while, it is just the epitome of what I think is my style. Like, it's very colorful. There are tights. I think that there's zebra print. She's wearing, what is that called? Like a petticoat, like ruffle skirt. It's just all the above extra, and I'll love her forever for it. This is great, but for some reason, I like How Will I Know more. That is fair. That is fair. I don't feel like I don't know. I don't know if I could definitively rank them. How Will I Know is great, though, and I also love that music video. I think it's just the vibes of this video that make me want to put I Want to Dance with Somebody over How Will I Know. But let's be real. It's Whitney. It's all amazing. The Gilded Ones, next on my list, and the last thing on my list, because I'm going to keep it to 10 bullet points. Quinta, our girl Quinta, she had 3 separate chapters of classics. The Gilded Ones. This is a YA fantasy book, and it is the book that kind of got me back into my reading grind. Like, because I feel like if you're a reader, you kind of go on and off with reading. Like, sometimes you're really, really in it. Sometimes you aren't really in it, or you're in a reading slump, or the last book you read was boring, so you don't want to keep reading it. That's kind of where I was maybe 2 years ago now. And I picked up this book because there was a black girl on the cover, and that's new, like newer, especially I feel like just in general, black girls getting representation in pop culture and media. So picked it up because it sounded interesting, and I fell in love with it. I really liked the main character. Why can I not remember her name? Wow, me standing this book and not even knowing the main character's name. Give me 1 second, because I have the third book. What is her name? Deka. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Her name is Deka. She's a part of the White Dad Club. She basically, the plot for this first book is that they live in a society where girls are bled. Like, they're literally cut open and bled to see if they have gold blood. Because if you have gold blood, you're considered a demon. And basically they whisk you away and probably murder you. Sorry. If you have gold blood. And naturally, like every YA fantasy or main character has gold blood, and she is essentially hunted down. And I don't know if I'm gonna spoil this for you. So let me just look up a good, like, not summary, but like a good description, because I'm gonna ruin this book for you because I know everything about it. Let me just pull up the like Goodreads. Okay, yeah. So this is the Goodreads synopsis. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with the right word for this. I can't right now. My brain is not here. But it says, 16-year-old Deka lives in fear in anticipation of the blood ceremony that will determine whether she becomes a member of her village. Already different from everyone else because of her unnatural intuition, Deka prays that for red blood so she can finally feel like she belongs. But on the day of her ceremony, her blood runs gold, the color of impurity, and Deka knows she will face a consequence worse than death. Then a mysterious woman comes to her with a choice: stay in the village and submit to her fate, or leave to fight for the emperor in an army of girls just like her. So it's an army of girls with gold blood. They are called Alaki, near immortals with rare gifts, so it's like magic blood. And they are the only ones who can stop the Empire's greatest threat. Knowing the dangers that lie ahead, yet yearning for acceptance, Deka decides to lead the only life she's ever known. But as she journeys to the capital to train for the biggest battle of her life, she will discover that the greatest walled city holds many surprises. Nothing and no one are quite what they seem to be, not even Deka herself. So yeah, there's lots of action. I like it because it has all of those kind of fantasy elements. Magic, action, probably a war. There's a little bit of romance. It's definitely not romance focused at all, which is nice because I feel like we're kind of in this romantasy hype, and I'm here for it. I've probably read, I think, 3 romantasies recently, but we are in a romantasy hype, and it's kind of refreshing to have a fantasy without romance. I might need to check this out. I've been getting into audiobooks lately. Listen to the audiobook. That's how I read it the first time, and I really, really liked it. Because the thing about audiobooks, and I know audiobook readers like talk about this, you actually know how to pronounce the names and the cities of things, especially if it's fantasy. And I feel like that really just kind of puts you in the realm. So highly recommend the audiobook. The girl that performs it, really, really good as well. I just like the cast of characters in this story. And like I said, I have the third one, but we will talk about her a little bit later. And that, my friends, I don't know why I'm being so dramatic. That, my friends, that is the end of Melizza's Classics, my 10 pop culture items that have impacted my life so far that I thought about and thought to share with you guys. Feel free to drop anything pop culture related that you just love, stan, recommend, are obsessed with at the time in the chat, and we can talk about it, because that's what we are. If you follow me and you're here, you probably also are a fangirl. And we can fangirl together. This is a safe space. We can also care for chihuahuas together, apparently. She's so needy. She can never be too far away, and it's fun until I'm like streaming and she can't calm down. Amazing. Okay, let's get to the main part of this episode. The title, what we're going to talk about, our main topic. I know classics was like so long, but I can't help myself from talking about things that I'm excited about. Springtime bucket list. I have some ideas. I kind of just want to talk about what I want to get done this spring. Not get done, but what I want to do. I think that that's a really good way to lean into the season. I'm from Florida, so we don't have seasons really. We have hot and like warm and then rainy in between. And so you kind of have to be very, very intentional about celebrating the seasons. And I think bucket lists are a really great way to give yourself ideas and lean into it, especially if like the colors aren't changing outside or like I guess flowers are blooming. So that's nice. This was fun. I know not all the lives, but this one, it'd be great as a podcast if you wanted to. Oh, thank you. I did actually think about that. And it's nice to know that you thought about it too, because then that serves two purposes. So I will definitely keep that in mind. I think that's totally so fun. But while we talk about our spring bucket list, I'm going to be building some flower Legos. I actually have a set right here. These are roses that I made for Valentine's Day. That's embarrassing. A leaf just fell off. But I think that they're really cute and they're so fun. And I think that this set specifically, as we're fangirling about Quinta Brunson, I'm pretty sure this is the set that Gregory gives, what is her character's name? Why is it escaping me right now? Janine. I'm pretty sure this is what Gregory gives Janine. Or does he give it to her? No, he gives it to his girlfriend at the time in Abbott Elementary. But anyways, my point was that these Legos are in Abbott Elementary, and we can build them together. So let's get into it. It shouldn't take too long. The roses didn't take me too long, although my nails are longer this time, especially because I didn't cut them down. Let me zoom out so you can get a better view of what's happening. So we've got our Lego bags. That's 1, 2, 3, 4... Another 4. Another 1. So the thing is, like, the most annoying part about Legos is organizing. If you're not organized, do not open up a Lego set, like an adult one, I think is what they call them. They call them like 18 plus sets, which just seems so explicit. 3. That one's cute. I love the colors in that flower. I think I'm really gonna like that one. 2, and we have flower stems, I believe. And the most important part, the directions. So I'm going to do my best to try and build these while we talk. But I am warning you, my attention span is about this big. Cool. Okay. So the first one seems easy. I think the first one is just green, like leafy things. So here are the pieces. These are the instructions if you've never looked at a Lego set. Hey, Haley! It's okay. I'll forgive you for being late to the life. You can watch me build Legos together, which would be such a fun girls' night. We should do girls' night and build Legos. That is so cute. But here's what the instructions look like if you've never built a Lego set. They kind of give IKEA instructions. And I have to organize the pieces. I feel like that is key to a Lego set. Organize your pieces by color, so that everything is nice and clear. But this is already, I said I was going to talk and build. Buckle up, guys. I don't know. We're going to try our best. But the first thing on my spring bucket list is a closet clean out. I talked about this a little bit last live, I think. The idea of a closet clean out or just like spring cleaning in general is... It sounds fun, but it's also the kind of thing that once you get started, it takes like an hour and you regret making that decision. But I desperately need to not even just do a closet clean out, but like not even just taking out the clothes, trying them on and seeing if I want them, but like taking a magic eraser to my Converse because they're so dirty. Like I think my clothes just need a little bit of love, a little bit of cleaning. I should probably dust my like shoe racks. I touch these shoes a lot, but I have a whole nother closet right here of just dresses and clothes, and you don't want to see my bag collection. If you're curious, I have another closet. I took over another linen closet in our house just for my Loungeflies and like Disney bags. So needless to say, I really need to do a spring cleaning. And I did kind of explain this last vlog, but I've been trying to buy a lot less clothing. And with that, I'm also trying to... How does this work? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm also trying to just be aware of what I buy, because I think it was Nava Rose who talked about how when you donate, like, bags of clothes. Let's say you went through your closet, you cleaned it out, and you donated like 2 bags of clothes. You're still responsible for those clothes being in the world. They don't just disappear because they're in your closet, and they don't necessarily just stay at Goodwill. They still can end up like polluting the earth in ways. So I would just recommend doing research. And once I learned about that, I became very intentional and aware of the kinds of things that I was buying, and I only really wanted to buy things I like. So I don't think I'll be getting rid of a lot of clothes, but I'm sure there's some things that feel dated or I just don't wear anymore that could use a better home. I feel like I'm missing pieces. Let me just show you what I'm looking at. Actually, I don't think my iPhone is connected, but I can show you a little bit here. Whoa, look at this. I have I'm trying to organize it by color, and I'm trying to read the directions. And I'm trying to talk about my spring bucket list and trying not to knock my camera over. It's a lot happening, but we're going to get through it together. I need a yellow. I need 3 yellow pieces. Okay, here we go. We have a yellow piece, and it's supposed to go with, with a green piece. Sorry if this is, boring to watch, but here we go. And then I'm pretty sure it goes like this. And we are building a stem together. How cute. We have 2 pieces done, and it's probably been 10 minutes. Moving on. The next thing on my spring bucket list is sidewalk chart art. Sidewalk chalk art. Haley's in the chat, and she knows. She's literally told me, every time she sees me, I'm doing something new. I'm a hobby girl. So I feel like everyone should be. And my hobby for the springtime needs to be chalk art. Zoe knows she's in trouble. She knew I was about to throw up the BRB Zoe needs attention slide and help her out. Are you good? Don't eat the plastic. Having a dog is like having a child. But yeah, I think it would be cute to go get sidewalk chalk. Why is that so difficult for me to pronounce right now? Sidewalk chalk. Also, is something different with my camera? I think something is. There we go. Technical difficulties fixed. That's the fun part about live. Brown thing, and then another green thing. But yeah, I want to go get colorful sidewalk chalk. I want to go pick a day, preferably when it's not too hot, and not even maybe in my driveway or just in my neighborhood sidewalks, the communal sidewalks. I think it would be cute to just write little messages smile today, or draw a sun or something cute like that, because those are the kinds of things in life that you see and you instantly are happy. And I like to do artistic things, so I feel like it'll be fun for me. It'll be fun for whoever sees it. I'm on a roll. Here's what my stem looks like now. I'm getting better. I'm getting faster. It's really just recognizing what piece they're even talking about. Okay, this is a weird one. A weird random little teeny tiny black piece. I have a feeling we're not going to get through a single flower by the end of this springtime bucket list, and that's okay. You'll have to follow me on Instagram, and I'll post them when they're done so you can see what they look like. But number 3 on my springtime bucket list, there are also 10 of these, just like there were 10 classics. Number 3, bake bread. Is somebody mowing their lawn right now? It is nighttime. No, that has to be a motorcycle or something. But I want to bake bread. I've also kind of been in my baking era this year. All of January, I made pretzels. And honestly, they were a slay. They came out way better than I thought they would. I have no experience baking. I'm completely self-taught. But I do think that I'm ready for bread. Not a sourdough, because I've learned that sourdoughs are living. You have to keep them alive and feed them. Whatever that means, I'm not ready for that at all. But I am ready to bake an artisanal banana bread of sorts or something like that. I think that would be really fun. I'm adding the leaves now. How cute. This kind of looks like a Christmas tree to me. Like, these look like Christmas tree leaves. But I'm sure it'll look cute once it's all, like, in a vase like this one. Okay, so now I need a leaf and 2 other really random teeny tiny pieces. Great! Love that for us. Mowing your lawn at night is the craziest thing to happen in Florida today. Girl, it's probably, the least crazy. Yeah, you're right. I was going to say, it's probably not that crazy. Yeah, Florida, I have a love-hate relationship with her, but that's a whole nother live. Number 4 on my springtime bucket list, read outside. And that's kind of asking, speaking of Florida, that's kind of asking for a lot from Florida because the humidity here is disgusting. Today, even, I was at Epcot, and it was so humid. And my hair gets bigger. You just walk outside and feel sweaty. Like, you don't even have to take another step. Open your door, and you feel sweaty, especially in the summer here. Hi, Zoe. Are you going to sit down, or are you going to, like, freak out? Come here. Come here. You have to sit behind me, though. I don't think you can sit in my... Woo! I don't think you can sit in my lap while I'm building Legos. Also, please do not eat the Legos. This is turning into a bad idea. Do not eat the Legos. She doesn't eat, like, hard things, like I said. She likes soft, plushy things, so I think we'll be okay. But yeah, what was I talking about? Reading outside. Reading outside is on my bucket list because I think that is so springtime, and I want to cosplay a Pinterest girl who's just, like, outside during the spring with her picnic basket. And maybe I just do it for Instagram pictures because actually sitting outside in Florida is just a lot. Or I have to do it either at sunset or sunrise could be fun. Like waking up in the morning before sunrise, grabbing your book, sitting outside. Zoe, she's literally going for these pom-poms, you guys. Look at this. That is so insane. No, I understand your secret mission and the games that you play. And we're not going to play them anymore. You cannot have those. Not me disciplining my dog on live. Sorry. So that was 1. I'm confused at where I'm at now. Oh, I just connect these leaves here. Undoubtedly, I always have to take apart my Legos at some point because I put things on backwards. I rarely have made anything that I haven't had to rebuild. Okay. Okay, I think it's working. I think this is correct. The long pause because I can't tell. Okay, we're going to call this correct. This looks like a very specific leaf. Do you have any tips or suggestions for someone who's trying to get into being a Disney content creator, but they don't live near the parks? Disney content can be whatever you want it to be. Quick break from the springtime bucket list. I'll answer your question. Disney content can be whatever you want it to be. It does not have to be park content. Maybe you follow a lot of park influencers. I'm one, so I'm assuming you follow me. So like I do a lot of park content, and park content is like a huge part of this niche, but it's not everything. If it's like, what is it that you want to make? Do you want to talk about Disney movies? You can just put up a green screen and talk about Disney movies. You can there's Disney books nowadays. There's literally Disney everything. And you definitely do not have to be at the parks to call yourself a Disney creator or to make Disney content. I believe in you, Caleb. Go off. You got this. Number 5 on... Is this the same thing? Oh, no. Number 5 on my bucket list, my springtime bucket list, is some kind of flower-themed craft, which I guess we're doing right now. How cute! Yeah, wow. I guess I can check this one off. But I wanted to do something flower-themed. I saw in Barnes & Noble, there's a section called the Book Annex, which is basically their clearance section. I'm in that section. I love a clearance section. And they have, like, clearance craft things over there, like random little... They're probably meant for kids, but they're cute and they're fun and small and simple and come in a box. So I love to look at them. And I saw one that was pressed flower art, and that kind of inspired me to add this to the bucket list. Anything with flowers is springtime. Last live, I introduced you to my propagated plant, Paul Atreides. And I can paint his pot, and that would be flower-themed craft. Just something flower-themed to really feel the springtime vibes. 5. I need 7 of these to make the stem. And then I think that this one's done. Yeah, I think this one's done after this. Cool. That's actually not that bad. One more. As long as I can count correctly. So yeah, I need 7 green pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slay! And then a red piece at the top, and we attach our leaves. Like so. Yay! We'll have one thing done by the time this bucket list is over. We have a set of leaves! Yay! Yay, springtime. Oh, wow. I have to do that 3 times. I have to build 3 of these. But hopefully it'll go a little bit faster now that I sort of know what I'm doing, or at least I've done it once. But don't hold your breath because I have a really short attention span. Okay. Number 6 on my, speaking of Disney parks, number 6 on my springtime bucket list is to go to Epcot's Flower and Garden Festival and go to the Butterfly Garden. I haven't done that yet. I literally was there today, and I haven't been in the Butterfly Garden, and I love the Butterfly Garden every year, but I don't know what it is. I guess I've just been, I don't know, busy this year. That doesn't even feel correct. I haven't been that busy, but I do want to go to Flower and Garden and go in the Butterfly Garden and touch a butterfly. No, you can't have the pom-poms, Zoe. I'm sorry. I know. It sucks. Do I play Dreamlight Valley? I have played Dreamlight Valley. Here's my problem with it. I became very obsessed. Like, I was staying up all night playing Dreamlight Valley for weeks, and it was just not great for my health. So I took a break. I finally convinced myself to take a break, and I'm just scared to pick it back up again because I don't want to become addicted. But I love cozy games. My Dreamlight Valley character has purple hair. It's so cute. She's obviously wearing mini ears. I love that you can collect the clothes in the game too, because I feel like dressing up the character or designing the character is my favorite part of a game. All right. Number 7 on this list, on my springtime bucket list, is to find this Lego piece. Not really. But it's to wear pastel colors. Some of these are basic, and that's the point. The point of a springtime seasonal bucket list is to be a little bit basic. And by basic, I mean wearing pastel colors. I think I have a decent amount of pastel colors, but I typically go for more bold things. Putting my second set of leaves on. So I think it'll be fun to just kind of step out of your comfort zone. Dressing for the season is definitely one of the easiest ways to celebrate the season and really feel like spring is a thing, especially here in Florida. Look at me. I feel like I'm speeding through this second leaf. It's cute. Number 8. You're okay, Zoe. Number 8 is, again, wanting to cosplay a Pinterest girl. And I really want to go to a garden or a flower field. I think that there's probably a few here around me in Orlando. I bet I can find one. I think that there's a sunflower field, which could be so fun. But just like not only doing flower-themed crafts or drawing flowers or wearing flowers, going and smelling the flowers. How that's going to work with my allergies, unsure, but we can be optimistic for now. Number 8, did I say 7? If I said 7, I meant number 8. Because now we're on number 9, which is, wow. Number 9 is literally wear flowers in my hair. And I didn't even do that on purpose tonight, but I'm currently wearing these flower clips. They're so cute. I found them at Five Below. I think they were actually $5. And I do feel the need to say that, because Five Below is not $5 anymore, guys. I walked in there. Why are they selling coffee pots for like $20? Isn't this Five Below? Anyways. So I guess I could check that one off too. So I guess there are kind of 2 on this list that I can check off. So you'll have to give me any suggestions if you have them for ways to celebrate spring, especially if you're watching from somewhere that actually gets seasons. Like, what do you do in the springtime? I can guess what you do in like the winter or the summer. But what do you do during spring? Like, you just vibe? If that's it, that's fine. But let me know, because I want to celebrate correctly. Number 10. Is this already? Am I saying the correct numbers? Let's run it through before I say number 10. Number 1, closet clean out. Number 2, sidewalk chalk art. Number 3, bake bread. Probably artisanal-ish banana bread. Number 4, read outside. I guess in the morning time. Number 5, some kind of flower-themed craft. Check. Number 6, go to the Butterfly Garden at Epcot. Can't wait. They also have the huge butterfly topiaries that are cute every year. If you're going to the parks, you better take a photo in front of one of those and pretend you're a fairy. Number 7, wear pastel colors. Number 8, go to a garden or flower field. Zoe. Number 9, get Zoe to calm down. Not really. Number 9, wear flowers in my hair. Check. And number 10, oh, she's desperate. She's desperate to be up here. You can't have the palms. You can hang out, but hang out behind me or something. Okay, she's unhappy. Anyways, number 10 is going to sound really random, but it's true. And I really want to either pet or just see in the wild a bunny. Because that's springtime. And they definitely run around Disney World, so this is so easy for me to do. But I was thinking about the last time I even saw a bunny or like pet one. I did have a bunny as a kid for a very, very brief time. My parents realized very quickly we were ill-equipped to handle a bunny, mostly because their daughter had this big of an attention span. So my bunny went to live with my sister. But anyways, all that to say, I feel like a bunny really is just the epitome of springtime, and I want to see one, and that's on my bucket list. Five Below is a spot for cheap tech. Cool. Oh, yeah, they did have a whole section for, like, phone chargers and stuff that were very, very cute. Ooh, collecting flowers and drying them and pressing them. Do you just collect the flowers, like, out in the wild? If you're like, oh, this is pretty, do you just take it home and, like, do you press it in a book? I think I've done that once as a kid, and I think that would be so fun, because then you just have them now. Dollar Tree is starting to have a Beyond Dollar section. Jeez, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing? All right, I am going to finish these flowers and post them on my Instagram, so definitely follow me there. It's just Melizza Black if you want to see them. I think I'm going to finish them tonight, maybe. Hopefully, if we're being optimistic. But I do want to end the live with going through a bit of a book chat. If you've been watching the lives, you know, we talk about books every live a little bit. So I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit what's on my TBR in case you're looking for recommendations, or you're a reader, or you aren't a reader and you just are here vibing. I love that for you too. So let's talk about what's on my TBR. Ooh, I brought the physical books. All right, The Gilded Ones was on my Melizza's Classics list, and the last book in the trilogy dropped not that long ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. I immediately went to Barnes & Noble to get it. It's called The Eternal Ones, and I can't really give you a summary plot about it without spoiling books 1 or 2. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this time to recommend once again that you read The Gilded Ones. Especially if you're kind of in a reading slump, or you want to get into fantasy, but you don't want to dedicate the time to either read A Court of Thorns and Roses, which is a romantasy, or just anything that is recommended on Book Talk for fantasy. If you don't like any of those, but you kind of want to try something, I think this is a really good starting place, because again, it has all of those fantasy elements, magic, some kind of action, teeny bit of romance. I don't even think it's that serious. Next on my TBR is another fantasy book. Makes sense. But it's called Lore of the Wilds, and this I also found on TikTok, and I bought it immediately because Black Girl. I think I saw a TikTok from the author, Anna Lee. And let me just read you the inside cover. It says, in a land ruled by ruthless fae, 21-year-old Lore Alameu is how I'm going to try to pronounce her last name. Her village is trapped in a forested prison. Lore knows that her name is Lore. That makes sense. Lore knows that any escape attempt is futile. Her scars are a testament to her past failures, but when her village is threatened, Lore makes a desperate deal with the Fae Lord. She convinces him that she will risk her life for wealth, but really, she's after the one thing the Fae covet above all, magic of her own. As Lore navigates the hostile world outside, she's forced to rely on 2 Fae males to survive. When an undeniable chemistry ignites, she's not just in danger of losing her life, but also her heart to the very creatures she can never trust. So, yay, love triangle, romantasy. I know I was just kind of talking badly about romantasies, but the point is I read them, and I'm excited about this one because she's a Black girl main character, and we can always, 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 always use more of those. Last on my TBR, Might shock you. Just kidding, not really. Actually, it might. It's a nonfiction because I do enjoy reading nonfictions too. I don't really talk about them because I feel like you're either into nonfiction or you're not, and some people are really picky about their nonfictions. I like to read whatever I'm in the mood for. So this is a nonfiction book called Glossy, and it is the story of Glossier. Basically just everything behind the brand, and I think that's so fun because Glossier is one of the most iconic beauty brands to me of like the time right now. So it'll be fun to read all of the behind the scenes and like what kind of brought it to life. But yeah, oh, Jocelyn, you go on little adventures and collect flowers on the way. That is so cute. Oh my gosh. Putting them in your journal is even cuter. I'm sold. I'm doing that this spring, 110%. I'm going to make a pressed flower bookmark or like something to put, a bookmark. Yeah, that would be perfect. Okay, slay. All right, guys. It's been about an hour and we have chatted this whole time. It's been so fun. You know where to find me. I'm Melizza Black on TikTok and Instagram if you want to keep up with me. But until next Wednesday, 8:30 p.m., this is goodbye. Have a good rest of your night. Leave anything else in the chat. I will be reading. And yeah, thanks for being here. See you soon.